Dionizi, tell me about yourself. Something that I cannot read from your CV. I want to know what you like, what you don't like, what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable in, in life or business. I just want to know you better.
Okay. As you were saying, I'm Dionizi Sabi. I have an MBA degree with 12 years experience in sales value chain. I like transparency. I like supportive bosses. I like support whenever I have initiatives. I'm not comfortable when I have creativity or innovations, when I don't see a direct support. I become a bit disappointed. Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with a manager who was not supportive?
Yeah, somehow I met a toxic manager in terms of relationship uh, because maybe the age gap can be a challenge. He was older enough, so I was young, so maybe because of that age issue challenge, it comes toxic relationship.
And how did you deal with the relationship? I mean, how did you deal with that old person who did not listen?
Basically, I'm trying to manage my bosses. Obviously, I'm trying to see what do they like, what do they don't like. Thereafter, I'm trying to manage the relationship using various theories and approaches. Yeah, so that we can meet the objective as a team. Yeah.
When it comes to developing business, what do you think is the most important thing that you found works for you? What is the element of business development that you find is very important for you to serve your customers well, to be successful in your job?
Yeah, first of all, having a business plan in place, a clear vision and mission of the business is very important so that you can be going in the proper direction for the business. Also, the right strategies for the business while looking for the industry practice and competition in general. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what are the reasons for you to join our company? Why would you like to join our specific company as opposed to any other?
First of all, it is privileged to work with your company for anyone. But when I read about through your company and when I see about my credentials, my skills, I found to have something to contribute towards that company growth. So for my career growth and personal and financial growth, I think it is important for me.
So let me give you a feedback, okay? It's very simple for me to give you a feedback because people make a decision in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I ask you, tell me about yourself, you go directly to your MBA. You have no story. So the truth is you come across as very tight and very formal. It's almost like your titles mean so much to you, more than the people you worked with or your mentors or the clients you have served. So your story is really about you. And when you basically speak about something that makes you uncomfortable, it's lack of support and toxic managers. So it is true, it could be possible that that makes you uncomfortable. But now what you're really saying is that what makes you uncomfortable is not being able to work with the people you like. Okay, and for most companies, um, that can be a red flag because they have legacy managers that you have to deal with because they cannot get rid of them, and eventually you have to be managed by some guys who don't have a very good listening skills. And so as I basically look at you, you always give me the right answer, but you don't give me an answer from the heart. What I mean by that is that you come across as someone who is trying to impress with titles, and you like to listen to your own voice. You like to listen to your own voice, and you are smart, and you like people to tell you that you're smart. And that's your weakness, because that makes you envied as opposed to be loved.
Yeah.
And so that when you answer, you have to have compelling stories that make people want to work with you, as opposed to give me a list of bragging titles and achievements that tell me that you are kind of like confident in a way that can become almost proud. Does it make any sense?
Yeah, sure. It makes sense.
What happens is, your objective during an interview, for what I can see from outside, is this. You are trying to impress me instead of you are trying to make me love you. And in the process of wanting to impress me, you in fact come across as actually not confident, because a person doesn't have to impress you. What I want to see next time you have an interview is more authenticity, stories. For instance, tell me about yourself. I was born in Arusha, my father was a farmer, I'm the only son out of 7 daughters and 4 sons who actually went to school. I remember when I actually got graduated, my full family was there to be happy. It was like an historic event for our family. I always wanted to work for the banking industry. I remember taking my mom to the branch to withdraw money, and I always dreamt that one day I could actually be a banker and serve people like my mother. And that's actually how I became a banker. Do you understand that? That's the kind of story people want to listen. You need to tell people why you lived and you did what you did, okay?
Yeah.
So that they can enter into your heart and trust you at a deeper level, as opposed to trust you because you took an MBA. And then when I speak to you about what is the most important thing that you can find in business development, you tell me having a good strategy. You don't mention relationships, and you don't mention product training and product knowledge, which are the 2 most important things of business development. So how good relationships you have with your customers and how technically competent you are in serving them. And that tells me that you are a very strategic kind of guy, almost like a professor. You understand that?
Yeah.
You come across as an academician more than a business developer. Somebody who wants to win by proving, as opposed as somebody who wins through relationships. Somebody who closes business because you know who is who. And sales is about friendships. And so if you don't mention the word friendship or relationship during a sales interview, that tells me something is not right. When you answered why you want to join our company, you need to give me a very specific reason. Something you read, you followed us, something about us that really impresses you. You gave me an excuse. Okay, you're just looking for a job, but you don't really love us. You understand that?
Yeah.
Does it make any sense?
Sure.
You know,
Makes sense. I learned a lot also from your side.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Understand that power does not come from intelligence, does not come from titles, does not come from how smart you are or how more knowledgeable than other people you are. You can have an MBA and be broke. You can have a PhD and be broke. You can be the most technical person in your bank and be broke. What makes you successful is how good you are at building relationships with people. How much you love people truly, not because of the money you can make, because that's your nature. Do you understand? And strategy is yes, very important. But I think authenticity in sales beats strategy. Because a strategy in the end, in many ways, when you are a business developer, does not come from you. You can have a sales plan, but you don't really have a strategy. The strategy it has been given to you from the senior managers. You are executing the strategy. You are not formulating a strategy. And so if you are going for a job where you are an executor, you need to explain to the other guy what makes you special as opposed to anybody else. And don't complain.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, don't speak about toxic managers. Okay, what makes you uncomfortable? Of course, toxic managers make you uncomfortable. But if that is the first topic you bring up when I speak about being uncomfortable, you might be one of the troublemakers who doesn't fit in with some legacy managers we have in the business. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's clear.